All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Symphogear, Season 2, Episode 6. Hibiki. Do you need a hand?
She's been disarmed.
Yep, she's been disarmed. Dr. Vere's tactics absolutely stumped her. Yeah, it's a lot for her shoulders to bear. And now she won't be able to win with hand holding because she can only hold hands with one other person.
Yeah, hold hand.
Yeah. Right. You just cut the power of the protagonists in half.
I mean, just feet.
No,
but holding feet that's
too
a different
kinky.
That's a different kind of.
Yeah. But maybe at this point, Tsubasa and Chris will break free of their sticky white prison. And
after the plot thing has happened, of course.
Exactly.
Because those holes are too big to wield your weapons in between.
It's just
guns
too much.
Can't fit in between.
Nope.
Things,
it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
No.
But more importantly, how long will Hibiki actually stay with her arm gone, or versus the dramatic transformation and sudden power up that's going to be super awesome that then might give her a new arm?
I would love that, especially given the minor, I think, to be a potentially major reveal with what the nature of either this Nephilim or relics in general are.
Yeah.
So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone, now be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below, then come back here for the discussion. All right, okay, so her arm is back.
It's back already.
She transformed into her berserker, totally not like a Nephilim kind of mode, and then everything was fine.
Yep.
But
she beat the shit out of the Nephilim.
She killed the Nephilim, ripped out its core, its heart, its whatever. Ver got it because of course he did, and he escaped like a bad Scooby-Doo villain, only to stumble back into encountering Hibiki again. Even though if they had done the slightest bit of reconnaissance or even just grabbed the piece of the Nephilim that they ripped out, none of this would have happened.
There are things in this show where, on the one hand, I'm like, yes, the Scooby-Doo nature of it.
But there's also rule of cool, and then
you're right.
And yet the other side
that can add to the comedy and everything, right? So hold everything loosely and stuff. It can. But on the other hand, I'm like, these are golden opportunities to do a meta thing of like, oh no, he's getting away, and then Chris is just like, no.
Honestly, once the noise were all defeated, he's probably still screaming out his location.
Shit, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, running away. They're holding on to Hibiki. They get her to calm down.
There's a pulsating red thing right there.
Yeah. They either triple tap that, or Chris basically like flies up into the sky.
Yep.
Or no, wait, she can't fly. That's right.
Yeah. Rockets,
She rockets herself up in the sky. Be like, boing, where is he? Oh, he's right there.
Yep.
Okay, come back down. While I'm loading on the way back down, boom, bounced up again.
Yep.
And
like
blood spatter. He's just dead.
Like there are so many things of this where it's like, oh, this could be a fun little like subversion on the tropes, like even with Hibiki coming back to do the double tap, I thought it was going to kill the core, and then it's like, hey, the whole thing, and that would add to like the antagonists are really like they are the underdogs here because the MacGuffin monster that we were going to use that would probably be the big kaiju villain of this season. Oh no, it just got killed in episode 6.
It needs to be used a little bit more. So.
But so but then we have the absolute coincidence of he runs back into Hibiki again, right? Which adds to basically just the stakes of Hibiki is dying because she's using her abilities.
Right.
But no. Dr. Vere is, he's Team Rocket, right? Both members of Team Rocket.
Yeah, like I give him like a 1 out of 10 on a bad day for the villain scale, but every once in a while he has 3 out of 10 moments. But like this was about the funniest thing is he had the plot convenience of the noise thing.
Yeah.
That auto stun locked them. So then when he gets time to make more noise, he doesn't make the cum noise
or the replicating slime one or whatever. The noise are absolute just a bullshit plot mechanic thing.
That just are there to be like, sometimes they work. Sometimes they're other ways. Sometimes you can summon specific ones that you want.
Right.
Other times,
and
no.
hey, let's be real. It's really cool when we get to see Hibiki jump into the mouth of some big noise and punch it to smithereens from the inside.
Right.
But, you know, it's like this season in general, I feel like has been something where we get a lot of hype moments, some cool world building developments,
some cool character stuff,
but nothing plot wise is actually happening.
Nope.
Nope. It's all arbitrary advancements that are then backpedaled on and things like that. And hey,
to set up basically this idea that the moon problem was not fully solved from before.
Right.
It will eventually crash into the Earth.
Yep.
This is something that the world conflict will be more explored through, which is interesting because then it is a form of progress for the plot as a whole.
Right. It's just in a different direction than we have Maria and all of these people that are doing their whole deal. Like it's like my favorite part from this episode was, other than Dr. Vare just freaking out when Hibiki trashed the Nephilim and then he ran into her again. That was great.
Yeah.
But then like seeing that Hibiki not only had to deal with the usual survivor's guilt of, oh God, I was the one person who survived from the concert.
Before,
right, but then it's also everyone else was like, oh yeah, not only did you survive when a bunch of people that we probably knew and cared about died, but you also got a nice little payout from the government as recompense. And what do we get?
All the people that we lost.
Right.
Thanks for surviving. Yeah.
Right.
Ugh. Yeah. And then just wishing that she could just go back to rehab.
Right. And the reason that she got out of rehab quickly was because she wanted to let her mom and grandma know that she was doing okay.
Yep.
She thought it would make them happy.
Yep.
Oh boy.
And now she's just like, I wish I could go back.
Yep. And then Tsubasa,
is she actually bringing happiness to people, or is she just making them suffer more?
Yep. And then Tsubasa being like, hey,
yeah,
I am sensing some bullshit, and I am familiar with this particular variety.
Okay,
yeah.
And you're doing your whole little voice.
What?
Yes, oh boy, what a day. Yeah. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Don't sass me, Perkis,
Right, I would almost be expecting like a Kazuma from Konosuba, just just stare. Yeah, but okay.
But I like that it was Tsubasa bringing that up because that's something that makes sense for her character to bring up specifically. I like that Chris doesn't let her bully, Hibiki.
Right.
But I also like that this is something where Hibiki kind of got to get away with this. Because if Hibiki doesn't want to let them into this kind of stuff, then
you don't have to grow.
Yeah,
right.
It's not something that has to happen.
You have to choose that.
Yep. This is one of the things I really love about stories where the friends are doing their best, basically, to try and be like, hey, we care about you. We're looking out for you. But we're going to be a bit, bludgeony and, kind of kerfuffle our way through this. But you can deny our help.
Right.
That is your choice. So if that's what you wish to do, then their help won't go through.
Nope.
And that's just something you're going to have to live with the choice of.
Right.
There's an aspect of this that is just really sad, but also it's just terribly realistic.
I want to see a really good, even potentially long conversation with Miku and Hibiki.
Yes.
Because this is a similar Miku. I feel like Miku can see what's up, right? And
for the most part,
the act that Hibiki is putting on is mostly for Chris and Tsubasa and everybody, not necessarily for Miku, because she's not directly involved with the whole Symphogear thing, right?
Right.
But after this fight and things like that, and just because Miku knows her really well and knows what Hibiki is like when she is keeping secrets because she thinks it's for the good of the other person,
right.
She might be like, "Hey, Miku, I read this book called Being Honest with Yourself. I rented it out from the library finally, and I recommend you read it."
Yeah.
But yeah,
there it is. Oh, okay.
I also love the parallel between Hibiki and Maria now that both sides are like, oh, we need to keep them from fighting because otherwise we'll lose them.
Yeah, there's an inevitability that they will.
It's a nice touch.
They will die if things go on this way.
Yeah.
But, all right, the moon. There's stuff where the U.S. is basically moving things in a direction that will not really work well here. The FIS's motivation is to stop the moon as well.
Yep.
But they're causing a lot of death and pain along the way.
Right.
Is this something where they're going to have to work together? I think so. That's why the two girls are basically set up. basically. You know, not Maria, basically.
Yeah.
Because Maria is tied still to the past with Serena.
Right. Kirika and Shirobe. Yeah.
Yeah, Kirika and Shirobe.
Right.
Yeah. And I would love to have Maria actually be a part of that whole thing there, but because she's also the vessel for Fine, I'm not sure if that's really going to work out for her.
And one of the things that I got to say, as Scooby-Doo, like, as Dr. Vare is, I like that he draws the Scooby-Doo side of the villainy away from Maria and Shirobe and Kirika, so that way we can have their more emotionally complex,
nuanced
like, struggles
lines.
and things like that. Because like, I am genuinely interested in seeing how their characters develop and respond to the horrible things that are being done for the subjective that they're a part of, but they aren't necessarily sold on it. Like, they're doing it for, like, personal, small-scale, intimate reasons, not for like some kind of big global change.
Right, because they want to have Maria basically not have to be taken over in this way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
And they want to save humanity. They're trying to do their best. So, of course, they would see those that fight against them as hypocrites, especially if they're calling themselves heroes. But that's exactly what they're doing. So, on some level, you do need to do what Hibiki was saying and stop fighting. Stop fighting.
Hold hands.
Talk together. Hold hands. Yeah.
Maybe do some karaoke, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Big song. True song, if you will.
I mean, can you imagine how awesome it would be if the 6 of them all took the stage at, like, their high school? And were just like, okay.
And just energy beam blasted their voices into space and, you know, reset the cosmos with their spiral power.
Right. Sent a signal to all the realms that the Earth is ready for a higher form of war. You know, I don't know. But,
well, what a fun reference.
I don't know why I thought of that. But,
that was something else. But all right, I mean, that's where we're at. Things are moving into a situation where Hibiki could end up in grave danger really quickly, though.
And so I'm excited to see what form that would take.
Because I'm telling you, I was right. I was right.
But it's not actually the Nephilim thing. It's its own thing.
It's a form of it, though.
It's thematically in parallel, right?
See, this is the thing. This is the problem why you're harping on why I'm not right here.
Okay.
That Nephilim is just a name for tainted godhood fused with man. That is what Nephilim essentially means. I'm not sure about the literal old like Aramaic or whatever definition.
Right, but But, so in that, it could totally be representing Nephilim, the Symphogear and the human fusion.
Yeah.
Whereas, and my whole thing is that I just think that this is a specific relic that's a Nephilim relic, you know, because that's the thing of it. But I
see. That's the thing. I still don't think it's that thing. I think that the relics are all Evas, basically. They all have their own individual flesh, blood, soul, spirit, will, all that. They are beings.
Right. We are going
and they're just in dormant states that need to be sung to. And then when they're sung to, they can awaken.
Right.
But the idea then having them be something where with technology they find a way to channel that energy to take the form of armor is just the medium by which they do a fusion without actually doing a pure fusion because the relic is contained. But if it was broken, if it was shattered in some way,
injected into the body,
there would be some aspects of it that would, permeate the body and override it, and then eventually it would be the same thing as like what they're doing with Fine, as that she is a will of a being that is old and ancient that is taking over eventually another ancient. Another current being here, and it all makes sense, man.
I totally think that's the direction that that the Symphogear is going, and that Hibiki is the sort of prototype of that. And once they figure out how to resolve Hibiki's situation and make her stabilize, unless they actually just want to have Hibiki die, but given how the whole arm situation thing happened, I don't think that's happening.
Our sins, if anything, but
right. Then I think
actually stay dead.
Right. I think there's going to come a point where they figure out how to do it safely, and then everyone else will maybe need to also do the same thing intentionally because it's not going to kill you now, and then that's how they'll power up and break through their barriers and limiters and go further beyond, and when they get to space and are fighting God and all that stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
All right, but y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below. For our Patreon, you can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.